Hey y'all, I am on the way up to the back to put the chickens to bed. I want to show you a little bit of what I did this afternoon. Well, not this afternoon. I guess it was. I worked until 4:30 this afternoon and then I went to bed. No! That's so funny. No, I worked until 4:30 this afternoon, and then I went to town to get the cat food, and ended up getting some other stuff too, of course. Stopped by the grocery, little bit of grocery shopping. But I want you to see this. Do you see that pile right there? Let's walk over here. Give you some kind of idea, some kind of clue. Okay, do you see that? Okay, there's a piece of roofing. Tin roofing next to that pile right there. Does that give you some kind of perspective on how big that pile is? Let's move it over here. Back up a little bit and maybe you can see some more. Okay, there's that roofing, there's the pile. Got some kind of concept of how big that pile of stuff is? Yeah. Well, I burned this right there. In here, looks like it used to be a burn barrel. And if I can get that out of there, it's going to be a burn barrel again. It's filled up with tile. Look at all the tiles in there, and I don't know where they came from. I need to get in there and get those out. This is all smilax, briar, and honeysuckle. And there's poison ivy down in there I need to be careful of. There's burn all around it. Look at that. That was a, ouch. Yeah, the smilax got me. That was some miscanthus grass, ornamental grass. I think it'll probably come back from the roots. If it doesn't, that's okay. It was here when I moved here. And I didn't plant it. It can go if it wants to go. In here, my little garden, lots of onions. You see the onions? And in this part right here is lettuce. And there's a couple of rows of radishes. And right in here, right in there, is spinach. And over here on the other side, let's come around and look through the outside of the fence. Chicken wire. Look through the chicken wire. In there. Get there, you can kind of see it in there. That's mustard. It's the spicy mustard. Like spicy brown mustard. Probably even spicier than that. So this should be done before the warm weather comes, and I'll plant it in warm weather things. Over here on this side, here's another burn pile that got finished today. I said at one point I had 7 burn piles. Well, I've gotten several of them done. So there's a piece of wood, a branch that didn't burn all together. So I'll move that out and move those pieces that haven't burned over to one of the other ones that are yet to be burned. And now this part can be part of the garden again. In fact, it's so close to the garden, I might just extend it over and include this in the garden here. I think that'd be a good thing to do. Before anything grows back, it would just be a matter of, okay, let's see here, how far back would I need to come? Back up. Okay, right here is the corner of the fence to the garden. It would come over, yeah, I don't know about including that. I might just plant something. Squash or watermelon or something like that. That probably would be better in there instead of trying to, at this late in the game. That'll be for next year. But next year, that probably will become part of this garden. Okay, it's time for me to put up the chickies. Over here, seeing the sunset. Oh, another thing I wanted to show you while I'm out here. The dog has been getting out. I mentioned the dog having gotten out. The dog got fixed last week. While I was gone to the gathering, well, I dropped him off on Friday. And then he was boarded at the vet's while I was at the gathering, and then I picked him back up on Monday. Couldn't figure out how he was getting out. I had fixed the top of the fence. You see what I did? I put boards all along the top of the wire, used cable ties, and tied boards all the way across here. All the way across. Do you see that? And this is what happened. This is what was going on. Look at that. And it really looks junky, doesn't it? Looks like the Clampetts live here. However, what he had done, this is a big dog. Look what he's done. He has broken the weld on that fence. And even though I had fixed the top of it, where he couldn't bend it down anymore, he broke the weld in the fence and was actually getting through here. So until I get this fixed, this is what I have done. I have taken some boards and I have woven them in and out through those wires, and he's not going to get out anymore, at least not there. Well, let's go back and put up the chickens. Oh, while I'm over here, let's look and see how much rain we've gotten the past few days. Do you have buckets like that around? Great big flower pot, and I'd have one of those big black planters in there, and I need to clean that out. There's always something that needs to get done. Right up here on this. Okay, we've got a little bit over an inch of rain. I cleaned that out last week. So over the weekend, we got another little over inch of rain. Can't wait to put sunflowers in here. Good place for sunflowers. This giant pile of limbs. And it's actually, these are saplings. These are small trees mostly. And limbs came out of here, all around the back of this shed, and around this side of the shed, and I've got that much more to take out. Yeah, that much more needs to come out. But this is a mulberry tree that I planted a couple of years ago. And if you look, I've got a feather in my hand. Usually have a feather. See? It's coming out. Got buds. And that right back in there at the corner, you can see there, right in there, all the way up. And another one over there on that side is privet. And that's going to come down. I've got a reciprocating saw, a sawzall, that will do the trick on that, and I'll get that out. But that's what created this pile right there. Another thing, look behind the pile. Look at that field. Do you see those dark green patches in that field? I mentioned in a previous video about the daffodils. That's the daffodils, y'all. This entire field has daffodils. Can you see all the way back in there? Let me see if I can zoom in, you can see better. Come walk over here. Walk over there. Now I'm going to zoom in. So back there in the back, there's a big tree right in the middle. That's a pecan tree. That doesn't do much. And then over to the left of the pecan tree, that's where the pump house is. The pump house is to the left of that pecan tree, that's center screen. And over there behind the pump house are more daffodils. It's really amazing. This is so gorgeous, and it's going to be just a few weeks. And this is going to be gorgeous. Cannot wait. So let's put the chickens up. Close up the coop. This got torn off. I put that plastic on there over the winter. See if I can get that closed. There we go. That's down. And now this is the next one. There we go. That's one of those spring ones. Nothing's going to open that, except me. Oh, and it's getting chilly. I'm out here in just my sweater. Yeah, the temperature's dropping. I'm going to be working in here the next couple of days and get the rest of this cleaned out. I do not want to start another burn pile, but I guess I'm going to have to. But can you see a pretty sunset? Nice sunset. Pretty pretty. Another view of the daffodils. Let's walk through here. Now that I've burned this off, I can walk through here.